Nosebleeds. Nosebleeds are incredibly common, particularly with small children who have little blood vessels inside their noses, and when they run around and get hot, those blood vessels expand and dilate and they burst. They're tiny little blood vessels, but they can produce a lot of blood because your face is very vascular. So what you need to do if somebody's having a nosebleed is sit them down, lean them forward and hold their nose. In holding their nose, what you're doing is applying pressure to the outside of the nose to try and squeeze the blood vessel inside against the sort of gristle on the side of your nose to stop the bleeding. And it takes about 10 minutes worth of pressure to stop the bleeding properly. So if it's quite a severe nosebleed, you would expect to be sitting there and holding their nose for a good 10 minutes. So if they're old enough to hold it themselves, then fantastic. Lean them forward, ideally over a bowl or a sink or something, or have something to catch the blood. Don't be tempted to put their head back, because all that would happen there is that the blood will go down the back of their throat and it will make them feel sick. You also can't see whether or not you have stopped the bleeding if they're back, whereas when they're forward you can see quite clearly. So you hold it for 10 minutes. When you let go, if it starts again, you'll need to hold it again and then hold it again further if it's still bleeding. If they're not losing huge amounts of blood, it will feel like a lot, but if it's not huge amounts of the blood, then it will stop eventually. If you think that their nose might be broken, then obviously they will need to be taken to hospital to get it seen to. But you will still need to apply pressure to stop the blood coming out. If you have a very severe nosebleed and you honestly can't stop it with the pressure, then they may need some medical support and help.